Okay, side quest shenanigans over. Let's move on with our lives. We're going, Captain. You should stop thinking about it so much, Finn. Lady Scotia. No matter how evil the Red Prince was, I know that isn't who you are now. But it's affected how people look at me, especially Miss Arya. She seems to hate me now. No, she doesn't. I think she just has some trust issues. What do you mean by that, Lady Scotia? Her childhood friend just betrayed her. And now you, a person she's trusted so much for so long, turned out to be the Altean Red Prince. The moment she found out about you, I saw her doubting herself, like she doesn't really know you anymore. People tend to fear what they don't understand, Finn, but you can't do that to yourself. I think she's afraid of what you might be capable of. You're an Altean, more or less, which means that Dringer blood flows through your veins. Dringer blood? In me? Yes, I suppose that explains what you saw in Gwinnell when you came in contact with Dravenir's remains, and why the shades of Phineas detested you so much. Does that mean I'm part dragon? It's hard to say. There's another trial awaiting us that will help you answer that question. There's no need to grapple with it just yet. Another trial in Gorius inside the Tortu tree. Indeed, it might be the toughest one of all, because it will help us uncover our true potential as the Fatebound. That's why I told you not to think too much about your past. You see, if you doubt yourself now, you'll make the trial even harder for yourself and the rest of us. You've experienced that before, right? Yes, I understand. Good, now do yourself a favor and pull yourself together, Finn. Thank you, Lady Scotia. Come on now. Let's go find the others. I need to open this door. Let some air into here. It's gonna, mess up the lighting here, but, whatever. I'm hot. My liege, the Fandorians, they aren't. Oh, Gunther, you had one job to do and a lot of soldiers to help you do it. What happened? The Fandorians weren't alone in the past. They had backup. The Fandorian king didn't send them any reinforcements. What kind of backup are you talking about? Apparently they recruited some southerners to fight for them. Oh, that's just great. So thousands of Altean soldiers were defeated by a single Fandorian military division and a gang of peasants armed with pitchforks. Is that how you want Altea to be known, to be remembered? They aren't peasants, they are well armed. Enough, I don't want to hear your excuses. Brother, your job was quite simple. You are only to besiege the pass and drive the Fandorians out. You might not believe this, but I saw Finn. He is still alive. Finn? Now you're telling me you saw a ghost. That's one of the worst excuses you've ever made, brother. I don't believe you. You can ask all the survivors. Finn was there. He was fighting with the Fandorians. He has betrayed us. That's impossible. He hated Fandor more than anyone else in this kingdom. He doesn't seem himself, though, but he still managed to kill many of our soldiers in battle. I take it this means you failed to dispose him the first time. His body was mutilated beyond recognition and thrown from a cliff. And it's obvious you have failed. Darn it, Gunther. Why can't you ever do anything right? You're blaming me while your plans fail at every turn? My plan would have worked just fine if you weren't such a dimwit. All these years I've done everything you have commanded, and what do I have to show for it? Nothing. That's because you can never get things done, not even the simplest tasks. And now we've lost a valuable ally. What? Word has spread that Altea has suffered a great loss in the past. Now Gorius considers us incapable of keeping our word. Our alliance with them has ended. And that means we lose their supplies and support. You know what that means, don't you? I have spent years negotiating with them, and you've just ruined it all, Gunther. We risked our necks for them, and now they're just walking away? How could you have allowed this to happen? Your diplomacy has led us nowhere. Now I'm going to do things my way. It's too late. There's nothing you can do. We're on our own. I hope you have brought enough troops back from the pass. I have more than enough troops. I'm going to march them to Gorius. I'll show them what happens to those who betray us. Don't be a fool, Gunther. You don't stand a chance. We'll see about that. No, I forbid you. I'm not going to just stand here while they look down their noses at us. I'm done taking orders from you, Roland. You, how dare you? I am your king. You can keep the throne, but the army will march with me. You're not going anywhere, Gunther. I don't need your permission. Guards, stop him now. You really want to do this, Roland? I forbid you to lead us into a war on two fronts. So you're just going to let the Gorians walk all over us like that? You're not worthy of the throne. Weakling. Loose lips end up in the guillotine. Guillotine, I suppose is how you should probably say it. I'm warning you, Gunther. I'm not afraid of you, Roland. You, how dare you? Tell them to get out of my way, or there will be blood. You dare draw your sword inside the throne room. That's a sword? Tell them to step aside, or I'll bring this entire castle down. You have just branded yourself a traitor. I will see you executed. Just like how you tried to execute our other brother. One word and you'll lose the kingdom, so do your worst. You. If I lose everything, then so do you, Gunther. You'll lose the army. You'll lose everything. I am their general. I've been fighting alongside them day in and day out, while you have just sit here. While you just sit here cowering behind these castle walls. Who the heck do you think they'll follow? The troops have always been loyal to me. You can't stop me, Roland. Step aside. My liege? Step aside, soldiers. Come on. You should have put your foot down, dog. That's more like it. Guards, summon Commander Nugaria and the others. Don't let Gunther involve them in this. As you wish, my liege. Very well, dismissed. I got Don't Give Up Just Yet achievement. We're here, folks. This is the Orriston Port, the main port of northern Targon. The port that's been keeping all sorts of things running properly for the capital. Wow, it's really busy here. It's quite a messy place considering it's near the capital. I never thought I'd come back here. It almost feels like I'm starting this journey all over again. You've been here before, Miss Arya. Yes, this is the first place I went to when I got to Targon. And you know the rest of the story. I met Finn not long after that. Did this port look the same the first time you were here, Miss Arya? I mean, are there always so many slaves around? It seems nothing has changed. This place still feels unfriendly and looks disorganized. I wouldn't dare to say that myself, Miss Arya, although I certainly do think of it. We're in northern Targon now. Humans definitely shouldn't be spending too much time here. But let's not allow this place to bother us any longer. We should head to Gorius instead. Yes, you guys should go on ahead, and I'll be waiting for you right here. Be safe, Captain. I don't think the people around here are usually very welcoming to humans. Don't worry. It doesn't matter much whether humans or Ahrimans. Or whether we're humans or Ahrimans. We sailors have our own customs. Putting all our differences aside, we always love to gather and take a few shots and tell stories from our voyages. That's good to hear. Then we'll see you later, Captain. I'll be around if you need me, milady. Be safe in the capital. Alright, there's Homeboy Slice. We'll talk to him. Finally arrived, Finn. Mr. Uwil, what are you doing here? It's not really safe for you to be in this place. It's okay, Finn. Danger is my middle name. Oh boy. Is it even okay for me to be asking questions here? I don't see anything stopping you. I only have one question. I think we're going for now. We shouldn't be out here for too long. Yes, you might be right. You shouldn't be staying here either, Mr. Uwil. You have to leave before something bad happens to you. I'll be okay, Finn. I know what I'm doing. Take this before you go. A nut to rule over them all. That's the achievement I got. You didn't forget to give me a nut this time. Music here is interesting. We meet again, young man. You are Zu, the great shaman. Yes. Do you wish to challenge yourself again, young man? I have another task for you. Good answer, young man. This task will be more difficult than the last time. I need another Akik stone and the Stone of Death. Stone of Death, the name sounds so sinister. To obtain the Stone of Death, you need to defeat a monster far deadlier than Eiler. I'm telling you this because it's far too dangerous to face it unprepared. Oop. What did he say? He said, talk to or something like that. We have the stones. What? We have the stones, the Akik stone and the Stone of Death. Oh. Well, not every challenge is dangerous and deadly. Sometimes it's over before you know it. That's the lesson I want to teach you this time. Yes, I planned this right from the start. I knew you'd already have the stones on you. Thank you for your help. Please take this. Huh. That's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that from this game. Hey, money, 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 money. I saw a sparkly over here. Is my A button working? Controller is dying on me. I mean, it's pressing, but there's no resistance, you know? Let's see. I need strength 60. I think I'll probably stop at 60 and then we'll start going with intelligence and vitality for the rest. Alright, so now that you have that, I think we want Dark Dance. We'll go into Strength. That is kind of tempting. 40% chances. Not too bad. Worth experimenting with as well. Oh. Also, Dante and I pretty much discovered that luck is actually an interesting stat. Bryant. That better not be Kobe. Wait, what? Oh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. That was a town this entire time. You know, I think I'm just gonna suck it up and buy an Xbox One controller. I've purchased 2 Xbox controllers now, and they just haven't kept up in, I don't know, like, it's just not working out. It's gonna suck because Xbox One controllers are like $100. Alright, Glorious. Gates of Goldham. This little city map here looks pretty cool. I like what they did to the tree there. Yeah, I dig this. The city is so majestic. It looks incredible. Yes, I don't have the words to describe the city. Every corner, every detail is just beautiful. It's true, just one glance and I can almost immediately sense the prosperity of this city. Color me impressed. They don't call Gorius the greatest civilization of Legrand for nothing. I wonder how many drops of slave blood, sweat, and tears it took to build such a grand city. Yes, but don't let its beauty fool you. This is a dangerous place for humans to visit. We can't stay here for long. We're sticking out like a sore thumb. Well, that's too bad. I was hoping I could take a look around the other parts of the city. I'm sorry, but it's probably not a good idea, Eris. I'm afraid that, even after all these years, the city is still not accustomed to seeing humans strolling around freely. Everybody's like that nowadays, right? They act all high and mighty, but their minds are totally backward. No offense, Azam. I know you aren't like them. None taken. I'm afraid you aren't far from the truth this time, Kale. But let's save this conversation for later. We have to keep moving. Yes, we should head straight to the Tortu tree. I'm afraid it won't be that easy, Miss Arya. The Tortu tree is located right above the Gorius Palace. And like any other palace, not just anyone can walk right in, especially humans. I see. Then what would it take for us to get in there, Azam? I assume you have a plan for this. We shouldn't talk here. Come on, we have to take shelter and discuss our plan. Is there anywhere for us to stay? Of course, Miss Arya. I have one place in mind we can use for a temporary shelter. Where I used to rest after a long day. I believe it's available for us to stay, and it should be safe. Very well, let's stay there. Follow me. I was like, what's going on? Ooh, there's a sparkly right there. Ooh, there's the Card of Judgment. Okay, so it's entirely possible that I haven't missed anything yet for that quest. It's entirely possible. Here we are. It should be safe for us to stay here for a while. This place looks abandoned. Nonetheless, it's perfect for a hideout. Looks a little dilapidated. What is this place, Azam? It's my house. Yeah, it's cold in here. How long has this place been abandoned? This is where I used to live, but I can't remember how long it's been since I left. This was your home, Mr. Azam. Not exactly my home, but, well, I suppose you could call it that. I used to spend most of my time here. Brings back a lot of memories. Ah, the good old days. Sorry, my friends. I wish I could find a more comfortable place for us to stay, but I'm afraid this is all I have right now. Don't worry about it, Azam. If we were on vacation, we would have gone to an inn. But we're on a mission, and this is a fine place to discuss our plan. So what's our next move? If you'll excuse me, I have something I have to take care of first. I promise I'll be back in no time. Now, Azam. You know what happens when we're not honest with each other. Please do share with us. I need to notify the king himself of my arrival, and I have to do it alone. And may I ask why you have to go alone? I just think it's the proper thing to do. I haven't been here for a long time, and I can't bring humans to the palace just yet. Please just wait here until I get back. Oh, so are you royalty too, man? According to what Rogar said before, you seem to have quite the reputation in this city. You haven't told us about your history in Gorius. Please, you need to tell us the truth before you leave, Azam. Where do I begin? Like Rogar, I also have fought against slavery. Really, I'm guessing it didn't go well. Rogar said that slavery had always been legal in Gorius. Are you saying you have tried to fight slavery in the slave capital of Legrand? Yes, that's why I was banished and ended up in Ostia. I'm sorry I never told you. Oh, great. So we've got another fugitive on our hands. Silence, boy. Let Azam speak. Yes, please tell us the whole story, Mr. Azam. Decades ago, I was the first general of Gorius, and I was also about to be made the Hand of King Goldum. First general and aspiring Hand of the King. Interesting. So how did you end up abandoning such an honor? There was no longer any honor in being the Hand of the King. The king himself had lost his way and had become blinded by slavery. It all started during the war against the cursed Norns when humans came to our land and started digging. The humans were looking for more durable materials to craft better equipments to fight the cursed Norns, right? You should have helped them. We did help them, milady, but they kept coming and digging even after the war with the South had ended. But after the war, after realizing how precious our minerals are, the humans became greedy. They did not come looking for our help, but rather to exploit our land. They built mines all over the land, causing harm to the environment. Eventually, we decided that the time has come, or had come, for action. We tried to discuss the issue with them peacefully at first, but sadly it was no use. We had no choice but to do things the hard way. In the beginning, we only intended to force them to stop digging, but unfortunately, the situation soon got out of hand. It quickly escalated into much bigger conflicts, leading into an all-out war. I feel like we asked Azam to tell us about him, and he's like, let me give you a history of Gorius. Soon, the war between humans and Arimans raged far and wide. There seemed to be no end to it. The humans fought for Targan as hard as we did. Or as hard as we did. But then one day, a man came and initiated peace talks, and those talks led to a truce. A peace treaty? Yes, kind of. It is said that we Arimans had to allow humans to live here, or the humans would cease all trade with Targan. King Goldem was afraid that Targan's economy would be crippled if we could not maintain trade between the continents. Trade is our main livelihood here in Targan, you see. We're not in Targan. We're in Gorius. Yeah, Gorius is well known for monopolizing the trade of natural resources. You just described the main reason why Gorius is so prosperous, Kale. So the king agreed to sign the treaty, which I think was also a wise move. I assume this didn't end with humans and Aryans living together happily ever after, right? I'm afraid not. For years we lived peacefully alongside humans, just as Arimans of southern Targan do, to this very day. You see, the southern Arimans chose to accept having humans live alongside them as equals. But there was a certain Ariman who held a grudge against humans stronger than anyone else. He convinced the king that the line between humans and Arimans could be drawn clearly. This racist jerk must have had the king's ear. Who is he? He is Barzim, king's advisor. As a boy, he was orphaned during the war. He claimed that he lost everything because of the humans. Do his accusations against humans have a basis, or is he just holding a grudge? Most people say he was only a child when he lost his parents and home during the war. He grew up nurturing a grudge against humans, and it would seem that this grudge motivated him to climb his way to power in order to get revenge against humans. And he managed to convince the king to listen to him. You're right. He's probably the reason why most of the northern Arimans agreed to burn their bridges with humans, and we ended up standing on different sides. He convinced the king of the need to build some kind of divider that would remind the humans that they are far inferior to Arimans. So it was designed to serve as a symbol of oppression of humans. A symbol of the oppression of humans. What kind of divider is it? That divider is a city that stands tall right in the middle of Targan. Are you saying... Oh, I guess Targan's the continent then. Are you saying that divider is Tel Haran? Indeed, it is Tel Haran, the city of slavery itself. That wretched city is nothing but a symbol of Ariman's superiority over humans. What nonsense. But they said that Tel Haran was built to punish the criminals who roam the capital. Have you ever asked yourself why all of those criminals are humans and never an Ariman? Actually, no. I've never wanted to get a closer look at Tel Haran. I know that city is nothing but trouble. That's understandable, but it's a shame that so many people still believe those things to be true. And actually, no, you don't need to commit a crime to be put in Tel Haran, nor do you need to fight in the arena in order to escape the city. I'm sure you've already realized that they will use any nonsensical excuse to bring humans to the arena. But it doesn't seem like they've ever run out of slaves. If they aren't criminals from the capital, then where do all these slaves come from? They are Fandorian troops, Miss Arya. Fandorian troops? That's impossible. How could they possibly have ended up here in Targon? It's a long way indeed, but they're actually prisoners of war who were sent here by the Alteans. Altea sent their prisoners here? Impossible. Why? What for? Truth be told, Gorius and Altea built an alliance long ago. They're allies, but how? How could I have not known about any of this? If what you say is true, I should have known. I believe that both the King of Altea and Gorius have been keeping the alliance a secret. I don't understand any of this. Why has Altea been sending their prisoners here? What benefit could they get from this arrangement? It is indeed an extremely cruel arrangement, but it is also very profitable for both sides. As you know, Altea is covered in snow, and because of their surroundings, Altea, I guess, has few minerals or other natural resources. And Gorius is known for its abundance of all sorts of trade goods, especially minerals. So the Alteans came asking for our minerals, and in exchange they agreed to send us Fandorian prisoners. No, I don't believe this. Altea takes so few prisoners. They almost never leave survivors after a battle. I'm sorry, Miss Arya, but the truth is that this is who those slaves really are. This can't be true. Couldn't you have done something to prevent this, Azam? Miss Arya, believe me, when the alliance treaty was signed, I knew that the king had lost his way. This is not what I fought for. The day the treaty was signed, I began trying to build a resistance in secret. I tried to gather men to take down Barzim. I eventually found some people who shared my aim far away in southern Targon. That was how I got to know Rogar. For a time, we communicated back and forth, sharing our thoughts about potential plans to abolish slavery. But when I finally felt confident enough to put my plan into action, Barzim caught me by surprise. He discovered my plan and put me in prison. My soldiers rioted, and Barzim considered it dangerous to let me live. He accused me of committing treason against the throne. Lucky for me, the king stepped in and refused to allow an execution. However, Barzim didn't want me to get away. He tried to convince the council that I was plotting a coup and deserved a more severe punishment. The king had his own ideas. He ordered to have me dishonored and banished to Ostia. I wouldn't have survived if the king had refused to take my contributions to the capital into account. And I know that the king still has some regard for me. Otherwise, I would have been dead long ago. Thanks to Barzim's plot, the Mugna feud will rage on forever. And naturally, the capital itself gets the benefit of cheap labor, which keeps the economy running. No, that's horrible. Cheap labor, that's despicable. They're human beings for Lear's sake. There were so many times we couldn't find the bodies of our fallen soldiers, not knowing what to say to their families. We thought they were all dead and could never be found, but now it turns out they're all here as slaves. I'm sorry to say this, Miss Arya, but human life has never had much value around here. Finn, how could you not have known about this? Answer me. Let me just take a wild guess. I know. Amnesia. Like he's been saying this entire game. The kingdom has been doing this to my people all this time. Miss Arya, please stop it. I'm sure Finn has nothing to do with this. Arya, calm down. No way he could be involved in this or even know about this. He's right, Miss Arya. The timeline of the Alliance and you meeting Finn suggests that Finn is innocent. Please, Miss Arya, I'd never hide anything from you. I'm just as clueless as you are. This is also my first time hearing about this. Man, Arya can be really stupid, you know? Just a little frustrating. Like, you need to relax, lady. You know he has amnesia. You know he don't remember any of this. I just don't know what to believe right now. One moment you're someone I know, then the next you're a totally different person. Things keep getting more and more complicated. Why and how could the Alteans let their prince become a slave in Tel Haran? If Altea needs to send Gorius prisoners on a regular basis, how could they maintain the alliance while one of them is out there killing so many potential slaves? I'm not sure about that, but the two things do seem to be related. I'm sure Finn being here with us on this journey is also related. Finn, do you have any idea how you ended up in Tel'Haran? I don't know. The first thing I remember is waking up in Tel'Haran as a slave. That's it, nothing more, I swear. If his true self is still a complete mystery, there's no way we can solve this riddle. We just can't count on him, and I won't waste any more time waiting for his memories to come back. Azam, where are the slaves kept? Unless they've been moved, the slaves are being held in the dungeon beneath the palace. That's a horrible place to keep slaves. I'm going to set them all free, and you're going to help me do it. That's impossible. The dungeon is heavily guarded. There's no way we can break in without alerting every soldier in the capital. So you expect me to just stand idle and watch my people be treated like dogs? Don't bite off more than you can chew, Arya. Remember your greater purpose. Don't do anything reckless. Are you saying that the lives of my people aren't important? I understand your anger, and I promise that we will free your people from this misery once we have secured the armament, one way or another. But every day we wait, the death toll rises. If we fail obtaining the armament, forget your people, the whole of Legrand is doomed. You're right, we need the armament, but once we have it, I will free my people, and you will have your retribution. I will go to meet the king. I'm going to try to get his permission to access the Tortu tree. You can't be serious. After committing treason, your plan is to meet with the king and ask him nicely? I was going to say that, too. Fighting our way through to the tree is obviously not an option, Kale. I'm sure you've noticed how tight security is. Yes, I know, but I'd rather sneak past the guards and make my own way to the tree. I know the palace well. There is no way we could get past all the guards without getting caught. Sounds like a challenge to me. And of course you can try, but I wouldn't risk it. If you get caught, there will be no chance of us ever reaching the tree. I know you always have a plan, Azam, but just talking to the king and asking him nicely doesn't even sound like a plan to me. Please, I need all of you to trust me. I know the king well, and I know that deep inside he still trusts me. I was banished for plotting against the king's arrangement with Altea, and I have already been punished. There should be no reason for the king to hold anything against me now. That has always been our code here. I'm leaving now. I'm going to give it my all. I don't know what else to say, but this is a terrible idea. I agree. Just do what you need to do, Azam, and don't make us wait too long. You can't seriously agree to him walking into such a precarious situation. Azam is the only one amongst us who knows what to do in a situation such as these, so let's put our trust in him. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, Miss Arya, and thank you. Yes, please stay put and take this opportunity to rest. Oh, I hope Mr. Azam will be alright out there. It's sad that he is a stranger in his own hometown. Look, I know nothing good is going to come out of this. Let's be honest here. How do you think the king will react to Azam's request? And don't forget about Barzim. He said he's prepared. We can only assume he knows what he's doing, just as he always does. Who knows if things go awry? The punishment wouldn't just be exile. What if Azam couldn't talk his way out of this, or talk his way out this time? All right, enough chit chat. Time for us to rest. It's been a long journey. Been quite a while now. Does delivering a report to the king usually take this long? Getting nervous. I told you, didn't I? If he didn't get into trouble, he'd be here by now. Oh no, does this mean something has happened to Mr. Azam? It's also possible he's currently enjoying a feast without us. What? I don't think Mr. Azam is the type of person, or that type of person. If it's you, maybe I'll believe, Mr. Kale. I think we should try to figure out Azam's whereabouts. I don't like all this waiting one bit. So now you want us to go out there and just ask around about a fugitive from the city. Come on, I know you can come up with something better than that, ma'am. Do I really have to teach you how to look for someone and being discreet at the same time. I thought this is supposed to be right up your alley, Kale. Yeah, well, in this case, the stakes are against us. Nothing I have faced before. We can't attract attention by going out there together as a group, but we have to split up. Split up? Are you sure it's safe for us to go separate ways? It is not safe for us to go separate ways. Not only is it stupid for us to leave this place and go ask around, but it's stupid for us to split up. Humans are not welcome here. Y'all forgetting that? Actually, I prefer to have Kale do the scouting, but we need to cover more ground and gather more information in as little time as possible. I'm so touched that you're so concerned about my well-being, lady. Is well-being one word? You all need to gather as much information as possible and get back here as fast as you can. Especially you, Kale. Don't try anything stupid or get into trouble, understand? I will try my best. No promises. Okay, we're all set. Now as for you, Eris. Please, I don't want to stay here alone. Let me help. Fine, you can try looking for leads, but you can't talk to anyone. Oh, alright. I'm okay with that. Good. Now, off we go. We'll meet back here in an hour or even less. This is the worst idea in A. There's never been an idea worse than this. Check out this stuff. You are a master. Reflect on a column of allies. Regen on a row of allies. There we go. We would want that. I dig that. Alchemist skill too low. First try, I guess. Excuse me, sir, I'm looking for an Ahriman. He's big and tall, wearing black armor, and he's got a scar over his left eye. Is there any chance you've seen him? Where are you from, human? You aren't from around here, are you? No, I'm not. Why do you ask? I can see you haven't learned basic etiquette for speaking to an Ahriman like me. Basic etiquette? I'm sorry, I don't think I understand you. Show some manners, human. Bow down first, then call me master, and only talk once I've given you permission. Please, I just need an answer to my question, sir. Have you seen him or not? Do as I say, and perhaps I'll provide you with an answer. Forget it, I don't think you've seen him anyway. Excuse me, sir, I'm looking for an Ahriman. Wait, I think I've seen you before, human. I don't think we've met before. Oh, you're that slave from Tel Haran, right? The one who took down the champion. Well, you got lucky and followed your master up here. Oh no, whoever you think I am, I'm not that person. Whatever, one thing you have to remember, for sure, be polite here, human. Good manners will keep your head on your neck. Sure, thank you for your, well, forget it, goodbye. Okay, I guess I didn't get lucky. For an Ahriman, I'm not assigned to keep my eyes on someone else's slaves. Go away. I'm no one's slave, please, sir. Have you seen an Ahriman like the one I'm asking about? You've got no master, eh? And how could you have gotten your hands on that fancy armor and those nice weapons? Did you steal them? What? No, of course not. Somebody gave it to me. Then good, because you'd be in very big trouble if those were stolen goods. This is no use talking to you. Excuse me, madam. Seem to have lost your master. You look too clean and well-fed to be a slave. I'm no slave, and he isn't my master. I'm looking for my friend. I doubt any Ariman around here would consider a human his friend. So, he was going to sell you right away, eh, human? No, my friend would never do that. Please, have you seen him or not? Forget about him, human. I'll take good care of you from now on. No thanks, I can take care of myself. Hey, come on, I'm different from any other mistress you'll ever meet in the city. I can pay you weekly and above the average rate. I'm no slave, and your offer doesn't interest me. Conversations wearing thin.
Go away, human.
Oh, there's a guy right there. I wonder if I can talk to him. Oh, there's another dude over there, too. I don't think I can talk to them. Excuse me, sir. Hasn't your master taught you any manners, human? Master? I don't have a master. So a free human, huh? No wonder you don't know how to show proper respect to an Ariman like myself. How can you lowlife talk so freely to a member of Legoria's kingdom like me, huh? I didn't. I was just... Forget it, human. Go find your master somewhere else, or you won't be talking freely any longer. This kid just doesn't learn, man. Like, at the very least, you could play along. Pretend that he's your master. Excuse me, sir, I'm looking for an Ariman. Oh, human, why are you looking for this Ariman? Is he your master? No, he's a friend of mine, got separated. Must be a southerner. I'm getting nowhere. This is a waste of time. I should go back and meet with the others. Or we're gonna get captured or something like that, because the only thing that makes sense. There he is. We were all so worried about you, Finn. Yeah, but look who we're all missing. Learn anything, Sonny? No, I'm sorry. The only thing I've learned is that people of the city only see humans as slaves. They didn't even bother to answer my questions. Darn it, the people around here treat us like nothing but garbage. It's reprehensible. I guess we all experienced the same thing then. Experienced. Hey, where's Kale? He should be back by now. I'm here, don't worry. Mr. Kale, you're back. What a relief. I'm sure we got, like, someone followed somebody and, we're gonna get arrested. How did it go? Did you learn anything? Not really, since I can't blend in with the crowd here for very long. But when I was sneaking around the city, close to some soldiers, I did manage to eavesdrop on a very interesting conversation. Heard them talking about a dishonorably discharged general who came back after bringing shame to the king. You can hear whispers all over the city about how he disobeyed the king. That can't be a coincidence. Tell us more, Sonny. There is someone who can shed a little more light on this situation. Rogar, but why are you here? I mean, what are you doing here? I'm the one who should be asking you that. What are you doing here, Fatebound? We're waiting for Azam to come back. Please, if you know something, you have to tell us. Why did I trust Azam to take you to Gorius? I knew you wouldn't be able to help him on your own if something like this happened. The moment Azam informed me that you were all going to Gorius, I had a hunch that things weren't going to be as smooth as you all planned it all out to be. So I followed you here to make sure my foreboding was nothing more than doubt. We're all worried about him. He hasn't come back since we went to report his arrival. But the situation here is preventing us from getting any useful information. We're also afraid we might complicate the situation further for Mr. Azam. And Azam said he was taking you to Gorius, or when Azam said he was taking you to Gorius, I decided to bring some of my people as well. I snuck in and waited for you to arrive, but lost track of you soon afterward. Luckily, not long after that, I saw Azam walking straight toward the palace by himself. Unfortunately, I was unable to get any closer, so I had to wait outside. Things turned out as I expected. Azam was taken to the dungeon right after he entered the palace. I knew this was a bad idea. It certainly was. You have to save him, and quickly. I've heard that the advisor is going to have him executed tomorrow morning. No, we won't let that happen. Alright, we have to hurry. But Rogar, where are your soldiers? And we're going to need them to save Azam. I couldn't march them here in a group, so I scattered them around the city. Don't worry, they'll regroup when they're needed. Good. Now the only thing we have to worry about is getting Azam out of that dungeon. Do we have a plan? If I'm not mistaken, the dungeon guards will soon change shifts. We can use this opportunity to sneak in without alerting too many of them. We sneak in, rescue Azam, and sneak out as fast as we can. Timing is going to be crucial here, otherwise we'll get surrounded in the dungeon and they'll torture us to death without a second thought. Understood, let's go. You know Azam for being a smart guy. You sure are pretty silly when it comes to this plan. Palace? Warning, you are about to enter a point in the story where you will no longer be able to complete certain side quests. We recommend you save your game before continuing. I like it when games do this. I do. We're gonna hit no here for a second. I'm gonna go over here real quick. I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna be right back. Take a small little break here. I'm gonna mark this. See if this still works. Break, or it's still broken. It is still broken. Alright, well, we're gonna mark that. I'll be right back. I guess I'm not. I tried fixing that multiple times, but it keeps on resetting and whatever. Alrighty then. Let's bring the ruckus. Oh, hold on. I did get some new recipes. Just double check on that. Arena bow. Talawaku. What weapon does he currently have? Rare? Interesting. Okay. He ain't got nothing. Can I exit from this side? Pretty silly that you cannot exit from this side. Pretty silly indeed. Okay, so I guess I'll be saving in a separate save slot when I'm in here. Something's not right. What's wrong, Sir Rogar? It's too quiet in here. Exactly, there should be guards here, but there aren't any. I've got a bad feeling about this. You had to say it. Come on. We need to find and rescue Azam before we end up running into our hosts here and joining him. Search every cell. Hurry. I see him. He's right there. This is a trap. There you are, my friend. I don't know what was said there. I think I'm like Rogar or something. Mr. Azam, are you okay? Are you hurt? You're all here. What in the blazes is going on here? Why shouldn't we be here? We're here to rescue you, Mr. Azam. What were you thinking, letting yourself get caught like that? No, I talked to the king and told him my reasons for returning, but Barzim, he said that my presence here was an insult to the throne. What did you say to the king? I just asked his permission to enter the Tortu tree and extract the armament. But Barzim said that I was just mocking the throne by reciting myths and other nonsense. Alas, Barzim seems to have worked his magic completely around King Goldam. Dropping frames. He simply agrees to everything Barzim says. Do you finally see what I have warned you all about? The king wanted to let me leave the capital alive, but Barzim wanted me dead, so he ordered the soldiers to take me to this dungeon instead. Bars. But you shouldn't be worrying yourselves you shouldn't be worrying about yourselves. You should be worrying about yourselves, not me. You shouldn't be here. Really? No gratitude, even after we saved you from rotting in this dungeon. Of course, I'm sorry, thank you all, but I must say this is a careless act. I prefer to call it solidarity. Yeah, that's that word. Rather than carelessness, Mr. Azam. We vowed to never leave any friend behind. Are you sure you're as young as you say to be, Eris? You always say wise things, well ahead of your age. But even if we can get out of here in one piece, Barzim will still hunt us down. I'm afraid this will just make things worse. We're the ones who should be complaining about your carelessness, Azam. You've made our mission much more difficult. My, you are right. How the tables have turned. My sincerest apologies, my friends. I should have trusted all of your counsel more. Can we stop talking and get out of here, and then we can talk about this? Save that for later. Now let's get out of the city. What? Leave the city? We have to get to the tree. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to figure that out later. Lady Scotia. There's no way we can reach the Tortu tree now. Fine. Stop right there. Where do you think you're going, humans? Darn it, I knew this was a trap. Oh no, there's too many of them. There's nowhere to run. We're surrounded. Barzim, is that really you? So this is the infamous nefarious advisor. You're the cause of all this pain and suffering. What impudence, especially for humans. How dare you break into my kingdom? I'm not here to make trouble, Barzim. You can take my life, but let my friends go. They have nothing to do with all this. This is all my plans. These are all my plans. Or maybe something. Oh, the infamous rebel commander of the South. I'm surprised you're still alive, Rogar. Barzim, listen. They were only trying to save me. Leave them out of this. You brought these foul humans to our doorstep, and now you think I'm just going to let them slip away? This is between you and me, Barzim. Let them go and take me instead. They'll never escape me now, Azam. As for your human friends here, I'll have them all executed along with you. You've always brought shame to the capital by siding with humans. I should have been more persuasive with King Goldam. Or Goldam. Soldiers, take them to the guillotine at once. Now or never, to arms! Step aside, Barzim. We don't need more meaningless bloodshed. How dare you bring these rebels here? Not cross swords, Barzim. We're here only to get Azam back. We'll be leaving and never coming back. You won't stand a chance against us. I'll make sure you die this time, Azam. A death so horrible fitting for a shameless person like you. We're missing like a comma there. We've been missing a lot of commas, though. Soldiers, seize these vermin. I'm gonna say this better not be one of those little kingdom war battle things, because it would make no sense for it to be so. Jesus, we have to get all the way over there. I don't like the execution of this. Not one bit. All right, I can't undo it. Just live, dog. All I need you to do. No counters. Just free attacks. That's kind of unfortunate, I guess. Kind of screwed myself over. Now we're gonna feel the pain right here. Maybe we'll get a counter? Alright. Give me another counter. Come on, my dog. Dangerous. How much farther do I have to go? Okay. Oh my gosh, those are all tans. Charge! Raise this city to the ground. Leave no one alive. That includes women and children. What? It's the Altans. Oh, no. This is not good. Darn it. This is way above our pay grade. The Altans? Why the heck are they here? This doesn't make any sense at all. General, it's the the traitor. Hold up, soldiers. Finn, what the heck are you doing here? You again. Get out of my way. Don't you even recognize me, Finn? I don't know you. Step away right now, or I'll be forced to draw my sword. Finn, it's me, Gunther, your older brother. How can you not recognize me? You tried to kill me before. Don't start spouting nonsense that you're my brother. Don't be stupid, Finn. Why are you always poking your nose where it doesn't belong? Finn, what are you doing? Let's get out of here. Men, don't let them get away. I want them alive. Oh, great. Altans. As soon as our little arrangement ends, you attack us? Typical barbaric humans. The armament, Barzim, or I will spare nothing. The armament, losing the pass seems to have driven you insane. Don't make things harder for yourself, Barzim. Tell the king to let us into the Tortu tree now. Leave this place at once before I send your heads back to your miserable kingdom. I've never once expected a warm welcome from degenerate creatures like you anyway. I will personally cut out that filthy tongue of yours and stitch your blasphemous mouth shut. Guards crush them, chase down any escapees. Kill these cats, leave none alive. This might be the miraculous rare chance we've been hoping for. Time to make our escape. Just don't get in the middle of their fight. To the main gate. Okay. Oh my gosh. 488. Okay, so there's like a whole stronghold right here. There's really no good options here. I mean, you can make it over there, but do we even want that? Oh my gosh. Bandor, what is going on? General, the princess, there she is. Seems like our contact's report is accurate. Caneholt, how the heck did you find me here? Darn, now the Fandorians? This is turning into a free-for-all battle royale. I don't think you need to say battle royale if you're saying it's a free-for-all. Been seeing too many of those these days. Princess, what are you doing here in Gorius? This place is too dangerous. Cainholt, for the last time, I'm not going back with you. And if you don't turn back now, you're going to get hurt real bad. This I promise you. Please, Princess. Please, I beg of you. Please listen to the voice of reason for once. You should really listen to your own advice, Cain. Is that Dullahan's daughter? How could I not recognize the Princess of Fandor? That long silver hair is a dead giveaway. This can change the tide of war in the blink of an eye. Dullahan will give his kingdom away in exchange for his daughter. Soldiers, I want the princess alive. Seize her now. Okay, we're gonna get sandwiched in between two really powerful armies here. You're such a nuisance, Cain. Why must you always make things difficult for me? Don't worry, Princess. I'm here to protect you. I will not let the Alteans get their hands on you. Protect the princess with your lives. No harm must come to the princess. Fandorians. Looks like our prey has walked into their cages by themselves. Soldiers, seize those Fandorians as well. Seize all of them. The sight of so many new slaves is exciting. The Gorians are barreling down upon us as well. The window of opportunity for us to escape is getting slimmer and slimmer by the minute. Where else can we go? The main gate is our only means of escape. Impossible. We'll get wedged in between if we try to force our way through. We've got to find another way. As soon as we get far away from this battle, we need to split up and find our own way out of the city. We can regroup near the Orriston port. Another terrible idea from our brilliant strategist. Fall back, everyone. Oh my gosh. This is just too much. This is just too much. Alright. You're gonna chill here. Reinforcements have arrived. Think I have to fight it out? There's no way I'm fighting anything out. Oh, I thought they were targeting Arya. I was like, oh boy. Uh-oh. As a counter chance? I don't think that's worth. Arzim's Elite. You're the fate-bound, Axel. You have plot armor. Just friendship your way to victory. Yeah, that's not gonna work. See, this would have been like an amazing battle to have Fog of War not be present. I'm really not a fan of Fog of War in these battles. Fandor is getting destroyed. Alright, turn on the fast forward here. There we go. But I say, don't you dare attack me. Oh, but you just blocked me. You sucker foo. Dang it, man. Now he has to sit here so that she can get out. Oh, we're weak against those guys. We're about to lose a Kale. At least they really are actually focusing on each other. Because if they were attacking me just as much as they're attacking... Oh, well, here we go. I guess Fandor kind of just died. Apparently that costs 2 to go into. Alright, so they're weak against spears, so we are going to go right here. A little afraid. Just gonna get popped, but nothing I can do. What does this one do? Knockback? Uh-oh. That's what I was trying to avoid. You know, Finn got like 2 really quick turns and then, oh my gosh. Now Finn is trapped. Bucklefu video game. Unbelievable. You're doing a horrible job of protecting us. Do better, Kane. Oof. 54 damage. Uh-oh. That could be bad for me. Okay. It wasn't what I thought it was. Really? 1 damage? You've got to be kidding me on this. Only got 3 points. Give me them fat counterattacks. Come on. That's right. Come on, counterattack. There you go. Alright, so, yeah. Not everybody's gonna make it. Oh, the stream go down? Oh, okay. Okay, it's back. My drop frames say 0. But that doesn't make any sense because I dropped frames. I still only have 1 recording. Oh, there we go, dropping frames right there. I actually see it on stream? No? Okay. Oops, I did not want to wait. I guess I'm gonna upload all of today because I guess my stream disconnected. Double check on that. Yep. Like my stream disconnected. Well, this is not a... This is definitely not one that I wanted to upload. After you was buffering, they went offline? Interesting. How dare you block that? You jerk. I should have been up there. Let's see. And you're just all kinds of screwed, dog. All kinds of screwed. Alright, well, Finn is dead. guy's finally dead. Okay. Ben might actually... Never mind. Like, he might actually be able to escape. Okay. Your Grace. The king? Darn it, we're doomed. What is this? I have allowed you to leave the capital alive. And you wreaked havoc in my kingdom instead, Azam. Your Grace, I can assure you that Azam is not the one who started all this. Silence, you have no right to speak. Soldiers, remove them from the palace. What? What? As for these rebels, bring them to the detention room. I will determine a proper punishment for them later. Yes, Your Grace. No, Your Grace, they've got nothing to do with any of this. Please, I beg of you, just let them go. Do as I say, and perhaps you will be able to save them later, Azam. Anything you say, Your Grace. Just don't harm them. Soldiers, take these rebels where they belong. Farewell, my friend. The rest of you, get Barzim out of here, and take care of those Fandorians and Alteans. Yes, Your Grace. Meet me at the palace, Azam. So these are the Fate-bound you were talking about. Yes, Your Grace. I am also one of them, I think he said. Yes, and I am one of them. My deepest apologies for what's going on out there, Your Grace. Those trespassers will not leave here alive. And you, Azam, you are the one who will be held responsible for this chaos. Yes, I accept full blame, Your Grace. It's all my fault. What? Why did you say that, Azam? Oh, great. Now you're going soft in front of the king. Silence. I have not given you permission to speak, humans. Oh. Drop more frames. Your Grace, I accept whatever punishment you deem appropriate, but please let them go. They have nothing to do with any of this. Alright, we're just... Stream is not coming back. Ever? Okay, I think we're back. Your Grace, I apologize for questioning your orders, but why did you take this traitor and his accomplices back to the palace? You're the one who failed to obey my orders, Barzim. Why did you put Azam in the dungeon when I ordered him to be removed from the city? My apologies, Your Grace. However, I think it would be a mistake to let Azam leave here alive. He will never stop bringing harm to our capital. Just look at who he has brought into our midst. The blue-haired man is the Red Prince of Altea. He's the one who brought the Alteans here chasing after some myth. Chasing after a myth? What do you mean? The Altean general said he'd come to take the armament stored inside the Tortu tree. Did you say that the Altean general is also after the armament? Yes, Your Grace. Just like Azam and his human friends here, the Altean general is out of his mind. And this silver-haired woman here is the princess of Fandor. She's the one who brought the Fandorians here. We have too many humans breaking down our door. This is an insult. You should never have let them enter the palace, Your Grace. Silence, Barzim, I'm thinking. The only reason I brought Azam and his companions here is because I was moved by his story. You mean the myth about the Fate-bound and the armament in the tree? We got to tell him this, what? No, Your Grace. Please don't tell me that you believe this upstart and his absurd story. Do you really think I would believe in a fairy tale so easily? Now be silent. I want to hear what Azam has to say. I am grateful for the opportunity to speak, Your Grace. Now tell me the truth. What was your intent in bringing this chaos to my kingdom? Is this how you hope to regain your honor, by wreaking havoc in the capital? I let you start a new life in Ostia. Don't you think that's a good enough reason for you to stay on my good side? And this is how you repay me? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Arya just can't keep her mouth shut. Do you even know what kind of city Ostia is? Banishing him there is as cruel as the death punishment. Mind your manners, human. You're about to get your tongue cut out for speaking to the king like that. Azam, tell your friend to keep her mouth shut before I lose my patience. Miss Arya, please calm down. Let me handle this. Forgive me, Your Grace. I never had any such intent. Never once in my life do I ever have the thoughts to create problems for you, Your Grace. I came here solely to obtain the armament that is stored inside the Tortu tree. You can't possibly believe the myth he keeps reciting at you, Your Grace. It's insulting. Haven't I told you to hold your tongue, Barzim? Now tell me, what is this armament actually capable of? How divine is this tool of legend? The armaments are what has been protecting the world until this very moment. They are the force that has balanced all of Legrand, stabilizing it. No one has witnessed such power anywhere in my kingdom. The pride of the Arimans and the wealth of our kingdom is what allows us to remain strong. That's what we believe in, not some superstition. Can we also, I just also want to mention that we haven't heard anything about the protege in like forever. Basically, ever since we met him, we stopped talking about him and stopped worrying about him. That's understandable, if by superstition you are referring to your own history. Tell me, why did this superstition move you to summon us here, Your Grace? About this armament, if such a thing exists, why have there never been any signs of its existence? How am I going to believe in it if I've never been able to feel its presence? None of us have. I'm certain that your father or his father before him mentioned this myth at least once. I beg your pardon, but after all these years, have you ever asked why the Tortu tree is there high above your palace? First of all, Skatia, Azam told you to be quiet. Everybody told everybody to be quiet except for Azam. Check yourself. Why do you think you have to protect the tree and keep it safe? The king is the one who's asking questions here. You have no right to question him. If the king doesn't want to answer, I'll assume our conversation is at an end. You are trying to be clever, woman. No, I wouldn't dare, Your Grace. I'm just asking because I know you already know the answer to your own question. I have an entire capital to care for. Do you really think I have time to waste on some superstition? I'm sorry, Your Grace, but why do you seem so interested in it now? I never bothered to think about the tree's purpose before you came here and began calling yourselves the Fatebound. Our ancestors have preserved the tree as a shrine symbolizing our prosperity and strength. It's a symbol of our greatness. But there has never been any proof whatsoever that it's really one of the pillars of equilibrium. That means you're just like many other people out there, Your Grace, always demanding proof in order to cover up the fact that you're too proud to believe. How dare you insult the king, human? Are you willing to bet your friend's life on this faith, human? Because I will slice you all from ear to ear if you can't prove to me that I need to have this thing you call faith. I will wager every bit of myself on it, Your Grace, and I believe my friends will do the same. You'd better pray that this faith of yours doesn't lead you and your friends to your own deaths. So that's why you brought us up here. You want us to get the armament for you. Azam said this armament is capable of stopping any manner of conflict. If it's truly that powerful, then perhaps I can use it to stop the conflict raging right before my eyes. I don't think I've seen very many misspellings, if any misspellings. So that one's first. So you intend to kill them all with the armament. My king, the armament is not meant to be used for such atrocity. I'm not asking you, human. I'm giving you an order. Your Grace, I apologize, but you don't understand the power of the armament. Misusing it could lead to devastating results. Then I'll assume you're just a bunch of hypocrites, and I hate wasting my time talking to hypocrites. Soldiers, take him to the guillotine. Finally, a wise decision, Your Grace. And you better bust out your armament. No, fine, I'll get you the armament, just don't hurt them. Then prove your worth, humans. Please take us to the tree. We need to get inside it to obtain the armament. As soon as we have it, we'll give it to you. Get inside it? Don't try to fool us. There's no way inside the tree. It has to be opened by us. We are the only ones who can open the cardinal trees. Your Grace, I suggest not falling for this trickery. Barzim, I know what I'm doing. I'm not that stupid. No, of course not, Your Grace. But I think we should take them straight to the guillotine instead. They're feeding you nothing but lies. They are of no use to us, Your Grace. They won't be able to prove anything. You should have... I've heard enough from you, Barzim. I don't need you here to question my every decision. Now you will stay here and get everything under control. Understood, Your Grace. In front of the king, you aren't so scary after all, Mr. Advisor. Meow. I'll skin you alive once this is over, human. Now go, Barzim. Good luck out there, Mr. Advisor. Enough, human. Do you think you're safe now? If I find out that you're lying, I will mount your heads on pikes and have them march throughout Targan. Azam, get your party to the tree at once. Yes, Your Grace. Meet me there before my patience runs out. Soldiers, follow me. Lady Scotia, what were you thinking? I'm sorry, Arya, but it seems like this is our only choice. Do you really intend to give the armament away? Have you lost your mind? There's a guard right there. Of course not. Do you see any other way? He'll kill us if we refuse to obey. What makes you think the king will let us go if we don't hand him the armament? He'll just kill us then. What? We'll be long dead if we disobey the king from the start. I think you should try and use the armament to get us out of the situation, Lady Scotia. Is that what you're really expecting me to do? To use the armament for killing, when I've always been the one lecturing you about the dangers of misusing them? It's not like I want you to use it for killing, but I think this is one of those rare cases where we might be able to take advantage of, we didn't come here to start a war. If we harm the king, we'll have the might of the entire Targan war chest to contend with. Yes, I'm fully responsible for using the Gaia-Cell, and I won't unleash a power that I don't fully understand, never again. So, what's the point of getting the armaments at all if you're not going to do anything to understand them and try to use them? You heard the king, humans. Stop talking and move now. Just a moment, please. The king doesn't like to be kept waiting. Listen, ever since we got here, we've had a hard time finding our way to the Tortu tree. This might be our chance. The most important thing for us to do is to let the Kaladbolg choose its rightful wielder. You've got to trust me on this, Arya. Once we've extracted the armament from the tree, it'll be much easier to get it back. Calling it now, Azam is the Kaladbolg chosen wielder. Are you deaf now, humans? Go. Fine. Don't make us regret this, Lady Scotia. Oh man, we are locked here. Alright. We're gonna save here. And this is where I'm gonna end it for today. I could actually just keep going and just ignore all the drop frames, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to end it here for today. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, to continue with some Legrand Legacy. And hopefully make a lot more progress today and not spend 4 hours on a side quest. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Peace.